Hey there guys, Geelong-Flipper here. Welcome to the show. Well, without further ado, let's jump. Without further ado, guys, if you're enjoying the content, like, follow, subscribe, please. That really helps. And also, give me your feedback. I might get some stuff wrong. I'm doing my best to educate and entertain. All right, so in this particular video, what I'm going to be doing is telling you about eBay sponsored ads or promoted listings, and are they worth it? The long story short is yes, they are, but I'm going to talk polywaffle, just do bits and pieces to hopefully educate you and help you make that decision for yourself, okay? Where I can, I'm going to include screenshots of my own listings, though for the most part you won't need to see them because I'm going to be kicking it straight to you. First things first though, I am very excited. Tomorrow, my first book was The Dead of Christmas. My second book, Scrappy the Thug Boat, comes out on Amazon. So if you're interested at all, look up my name. I'll put it on the screen on Amazon and you should be able to order a copy of that naughty little tale. Let's get straight into the topic at hand. I have cut my hands doing my day job. I do a few hours every day working for someone else, and I supplement the rest of my income from eBay. And I'm rapidly going on track to making that the majority of my income. So I'd like to share this journey with you. And my whole principle behind this was, let's teach you ways of making eBay work for you, making eBay your financial friend and partner, and that you could generate income with very minimal cash outlay. None of which you have to give to me, but if you do, just contact me. All right, so we're going to be talking about promoted listings. If you're fairly new to eBay, you might be saying to yourself, well, what are they? And it's pretty straightforward. It's eBay's way of getting you to pay to be first when someone looks up an item that you might be selling. So an example of that is, say for example, I'm selling a DVD of The Exorcist. Okay, so, and I say okay a lot. I realize that too, listening to my previous, I think whenever I have to explain something, I go, okay, to make sure like you're keeping up, okay. I'm going to try to cut those out. So if there's weird jump cuts, it's because I'm cutting out me saying, okay. You've got a copy of the movie The Exorcist. You're selling it. But this is where I was teaching you guys about listing your books. If you're selling something that a lot of other people are selling, have a point of difference. Promoted listings allow you to do that. Now, what they do is, say you put in The Exorcist horror movie. We're going to be talking about how to do good titles as well at some point. Maybe even today. I don't know. But everyone else has put The Exorcist horror movie because that's what it is. It's a great horror movie, The Exorcist. So people will be looking up that title because it sells well, but they're going to be looking up, they want to get the cheapest one. They want the best bang for the buck or the free postage. I am not a believer in free postage. I know a lot of the bigger guys say that they do free postage. They're building it into their listing. I prefer to be transparent. When you buy off me at the Geelong-Flipper, here's my eBay store, insert screenshot here. You will basically, you'll be paying postage. But I do it very fairly, and I have business policies in place to make sure that you do get the best value for your postage. That's another story. Okay, so here's the one though about the promoted listings. When you're getting your listing ready, down the very bottom, just underneath the shipping, there'll be a section there called promoted listings. Now, I do want you to look in there. I might even screenshot a listing because I've got about 20 listings to do after I do this video. I might screenshot one of those just so you can see that field. Now, eBay will give you a suggested percentage of your listing, and it's money that you'll pay eBay. But what it does is, if someone looks up The Exorcist, and anyone who has a promoted listing, it comes up as sponsored. For the end user, it comes up as a sponsored listing. But it's really just you paying for advertising. You're advertising that particular item in the hopes that your listing shows before everyone else's. Because you might have the best price, but is anyone going to go flicking through multiple pages for that? Probably not. They're going to buy because they want it now. So what you need to do is you turn on the promoted listings. Now, there's two ways of going about this. Some people will say to you, oh, don't do the recommended amount that eBay suggests because, you know,
You have to give that much money to eBay.
Typically, that's between 9 to 13% of the sale. Just be aware of that. I'll get to that in a second. So 9 to 13%. Oh, I don't want to do that. They go, oh, I just want to be on the promoted listings and I'm going to do 2%. Now, 2% will get you into a promoted listing. It means that you're in the first lot because you paid for those search words to come up. But here's the other side to it for you to consider. And that is that what if you've chosen your 2% and then I chose 5%? I show up before you. My price is better and everyone else is choosing 2%. I might show up way before you and I'll take your share of the business. Thank you very much. Thank you for shopping at Geelong-Flipper. But this is the thing. To have a cheap promoted listing is better than having no promoted listing, hands down, if you really want to sell something. Now, the argument will be, well, I'm selling something very niche. I don't have to have a promoted listing because I might be the only person on eBay selling that. Fair enough. But for me, it's about helping you make money quickly. And if you've got time to waste researching like that on small items, then you go for it. You go for it, cowboy, cowgirl, cow person. I don't recommend that at all. And I'll tell you why. A while ago, I was listening to a lot of different YouTubers, okay? And maybe, hopefully one day I will be as popular as them. That's the aim, because I do want to keep teaching. But I followed one of their advice, and I won't say who it is, but they've got in the tens of thousands of subscribers. And they were saying, don't do promoted listings, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, I'm going to put this to the test. I've got 1,100 items for sale, and every day I get between 6 to 10 sales. Sometimes it's a little bit less, but let's average it out. And so I went through into my Sellers Hub, and that is on your laptop. On your computer. You can't really do it so well on the phone. So make sure that you are familiar with the desktop version of eBay. It's well worth your while. What I did was I went in and through the bulk listing tool, I went in and I changed all of my promotion levels to 2%. I wish I'd never done it, not even as an experiment. It's one of the worst things you can do, guys. It's advice that I think is absolutely trash, and I do not suggest you do it at all. It's all based on personal experience. But what I do want you to think about is this, because it happened to me. For 4 days, I didn't get a sale. Now, the algorithm is that sensitive and it picks things up and it puts them down. I can tell you right now, changing to 2% when I was pretty much obeying all of their suggestions, it was the worst thing for my business I could have done. Stupid advice. Do not follow it. What I would suggest is accept the fact that the promoted listing is the cost of doing business, or the cost of doing good business. Now, here's the thing for you to consider. If you want to take this to the next level where this is income, it's not just a hobby, check your country's laws regarding tax and when you have to worry about declaring your income. But I want to eventually push this to the point that I am having to pay proper tax and do it all properly because this is my job. Okay, so I want this to succeed. So I'm going to start claiming all my stock I buy. Within reason, I may have to do handwritten notes for cash purchases. But when I go to an op shop and I buy stuff, I'm going to get a receipt. And I'm also going to be claiming, and this is something you can do too, I'm going to claim my eBay fees and I'm going to claim my promoted listings against what I sell. So you may have to wait a little bit for it, but if you're a sole trader, then at the end of the financial year, you claim those expenses against your business, because you'd claim them if you ran a Google AdWords account or campaign. You would claim it if you advertised in the newspaper. You would claim the advertising, and it would be fair of you to do so, and I highly recommend it. So if you can factor in the fact that, you're going to have to cop it sweet on between 6 to 13% for every sale you do, it just makes you thrift harder. It makes you source harder. It's actually not that painful. I know some of the more experienced YouTubers want to make it sound like it's a really painful process. It's not, guys. Honestly, I just want you to sell, sell, sell. And if it just means you've got to list a few more things a day, but I'm helping you get financial freedom to pay a bill, to buy a loaf of bread. I don't give a shit if it costs you 13%. Because at the end of the day, if you're buying something for $2 and selling for 20, pay 13%. Pay 13% to get that amount. I think we get so caught up in the minutiae of it all. Like some of the bigger guys, when they get to a certain level, they'll talk about, oh, my average sale is this, my average sale is that. If you've got nothing and you're starting with nothing, you don't care. You want to spend, say, $10 and hopefully maybe get 10 books, records. CDs are hard to sell. But you want to get as many things that will sell as cheaply as possible. And the promoted price, that's not a problem. They take it out of the item's price when you sell it. You don't have to come up with that money. You just don't get it at the other end. So I'm telling you right now, use the promoted listings tool. Use the amount that the eBay algorithm tells you to, because it's not coming out of your pocket immediately. It comes out at the end. And unless you're pricing really stupidly, you should never lose. I mean, be aware of how much you paid for the stock. But guys, pay that promoted listing at the rate that eBay are suggesting. I did the test for you. My sales plummeted for days on end. After that, I said, oh my God, this is not working. This is really bad advice. And I put the promoted listings back on at eBay's level. All of a sudden, my results started surging back up to the top of the listings again, combined with the fact that I've got a 100% feedback rating. I've been with eBay for over 25 years, which does say something for experience, by the way. You've got a lot of people giving you advice who have been with eBay for 2 seconds. And part of me got a bit sick of that too. It's like, well, I've literally got decades of experience with this platform. So use their promotions to your advantage. If you're getting serious about it, keep logs of what you're spending, being aware of the fact you'll have to pay tax on it as well, on your earnings, but you can claim your expenditure. So promoted listings are something I highly do recommend. They will help your business. They don't come out at initially. They come out once you sell the item, but they'll push your item up to the top. And I hope that it helps you achieve amazing things for yourselves. And I can't wait to hear these success stories, because we had a great show, really well received. And thank you guys who did comment on the last video. I know there's been several hundred views, which is very humbling. But I hope if you take some of that advice and then you combine it with this advice about promoted listings, then we are going to be rocking the Casbah. All right. And in the next video, I think I am going to probably do some of my my business policies, and that might help you with figuring out and not being so overwhelmed with the postage, the options that you get with eBay. I'll teach you how to simplify it all, and that it works, that you can internationally ship without the fear of losing a lot of money. It's not that overwhelming, guys. You're not going to get a ton of international business, but you will get some, which means you'll sell some of those items that your localized market may not want. So till next time, please hit that subscribe button. Please comment below, or at least give me the thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing something right. I do post shorts fairly often as well. I'm on Instagram. It's generally recycled content, but if you like being atop those things, occasionally there's something fresh in there. And yeah, TikTok, if I didn't say that, I'm on there as well. But till next time, guys, if you are one of the people to see this one today and you can be bothered, hop onto Amazon, the Amazon store of your country. Look up my name, Tori Favreau, and you'll see my 2 books there, Scrappy the Thug Boat and The Dead of Christmas. And please, this is why I do reselling, so as I can afford to self-publish the books I write. I've got another one coming out soon. They're for adults. They're not for younger people. Say 15 and up, these books are for. And I cannot wait to see you on the next video. Bye!